Hello everybody. Now I'm going to make a video about how the transmission of this two-wheel drive motorcycle works, since it was highly requested by people. From the motorcycle start converter, which is in this case a 30 series, the transmission goes to a central shaft, you can see there, located beneath the seat. This central shaft has three important functions. The first one is to divide the transmission between the one that goes to the front wheel, you can see here, and the one that goes to the rear wheel. The second function is to house the disc brake. This disc brake brakes both the front and the rear wheel, and the advantage of having it in this high position is that it generates better braking in wet riding conditions. And the third function of this central shaft is to multiply the transmission radio. All these three factors together, besides being really useful for work, are incredibly fun when riding this vehicle in a natural off-road environment. This motorcycle has a lot of flow and torque, around 3 times more than a normal all-terrain motorcycle. As you can see, this central shaft is one of the main reasons why this motorcycle can be considered a tractor or a work tool, or why some call it a force multiplier. This is the front part of the bike. The traction comes from this sprocket here and travels through this chain to this other sprocket located in the front part of the motorcycle. At the same time, through this universal joint, it goes to the other side of the fork, as you can see here. This sprocket belongs to the motorcycle's frame, and this other sprocket here belongs to the fork. So when the fork turns, this part of the shaft also turns. You can see now when I move the fork, the only pinion or sprocket that is moving is this one, the one that is mounted on the fork, and the other one is mounted off the frame, so it's not moving. Then from this sprocket, the transmission travels through this double sprocket you can see here, and finally from this double sprocket goes to the front wheel. This chain tensioner you can see here applies tension to the horizontal part of the chain, and this another chain tensioner, which is really basic but strong and effective, applies tension to the vertical part of the chain. This type of transmission uses this double sprocket because it has suspension. We cannot make the chain go directly from up here to the wheel, because when the suspension is compressed, well, the chain will derail. This double sprocket here is located at the pivot point of the fork. This allows us to have two sections of constant length as the suspension compressed. That is the key, so that we can have suspension on a two-wheel drive motorcycle like this. we have to consider that the traction this motorcycle has is much greater than a conventional off-road motorcycle. The footprint of one of these tires is double the footprint of a conventional off-road motorcycle tire, but at the same time it has two tires that are creating traction. Therefore, the traction we have here in this case is 4 times the traction of a conventional off-road motorcycle. Well, I hope you like the video, and above all that it will be useful when you want to build a motorcycle with two-wheel drive and front suspension, which is not very common among the available options. I did my best to make sure this process is quite detailed. If you like, you can help by purchasing the blueprints I have for sale on the website linked in the video description. They are really affordable and are designed so the bike can be built with materials that are truly cheap and available all over the world. So, well, thank you for watching and greetings to everyone. See you later.